All right, here we go. Let's share this with the world. How do I do that? Control C. Close that tab. Close that. There we go. And then put this on here. Oh, there's one person. Whoever you are, you can say hello in the comments. Just waiting for a few people to hop onto the live stream before I officially start. Just sharing it on Twitter to all my billions of fans. Going live with the Modretro Chromatic. Yay. Post the link. Ugh. So, how are you all doing? Oh, there we go. Red dots. Oh, gosh, now I've got to say that name. Mwetsenfrosh. Michael Morocco. Hey, man. Oh, cool. You got a notification pop up. That's good. It means the system is working. Just posting it to Twitter so that we can get a little bit of traction on this thing. So before I officially get started, I'll explain to you. I don't know if you guys know about the Modretro Chromatic, but apparently it's caused quite a bit of controversy over its lifespan. So I think the audience is quite aggressive in its opinions. And so if you go on Reddit and look up the Modretro Chromatic, there is quite a bit of drama online. And then also the guy who pioneered this, he's made his money with arms, with developing weapons for the US military. So, that causes a little bit of drama with people. But my view is I just kind of separated. He is also a fan of the DMG. So am I, whatever. Kind of what can you do? Weapons need to be made. He made them, going back to sleep. Okay. Nighty night. 10 people live. Cap frog. Mwetsenfrosh means cap frog. Cap frog. What is a cap frog? Not the law of who made it. Yeah, Michael, you just look it up. I mean, I probably shouldn't have brought it up because it just evokes a lot of emotion and political drama. But for me, I am really excited about this product. When I first saw it, before I knew about all that stuff, I just reached out to them and said, "Hey, this is really nice." And they said, "Well, we've actually run out." They stopped making them for a while. So they said, "We've got you on our list for when they do finally go back into production." They are back in production, and they sent one to me. It's a frog wearing a... So Mwetsenfrosh is a frog wearing a beanie. All right. Cool. That's some serious imagery right there. That's like do you have a YouTube channel? Because that's like a great name for a YouTube channel. Cool. Okay, dokes. Let me just get started. I'm not going to dilly-dally too much. I'll start unboxing, and then we can talk about the product. So what's really cool about what they're doing? So you can go on to, not Twitch, man, what's that? itch.io, and you can buy or just download for free retro games for the Game Boy and the Game Boy Advance. Game Boy Studio makes it quite easy to make games for the Game Boy. And so what they have done is so instead of trying to repackage licensed games, I don't know if they've reached out to the developers, but they are now packaging. So some of the guys on itch.io actually link back to the Modretro website to say, hey, our product is available as a hard copy on the Modretro website. So a lot of indie games that are now available. So it's a whole market that they are creating. It's quite expensive. The games are quite pricey, and it is a US based company. So, most of my audience is US based. For me in South Africa, this was an absolute fortune to import. I don't know if it has anything to do with the tariffs, but I think we have a trade agreement with China in South Africa, so things get in here very cheaply from China. But as soon as something comes from the States, it's expensive, and this product is the most expensive shipping I've ever paid. Not shipping, so they shipped it via normal post, so I didn't pay for that, but the import duties were 800 and something rand. You'll have to I can't do that in my head right now, but the US to South African rand is about 20 times. So divided by 20 or something. It's not exactly, but yeah, so it's quite expensive. It cost me quite a lot to get this into South Africa. Moits and Frosh, you don't have a YouTube channel, but you love mine. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's check out the games quickly. I'll put this aside just to create some suspense. All right. I can't say that is just quickly, is the image backwards for you guys? Because I don't want to flip the image and it's actually the right way around for you. Just waiting for a... Anyway, okay, I'm going to start unpacking and then just someone let me know if the image is reversed. So if you see this text and it's reversed, then I'll quickly reverse the image. Let me get my scissors. Ooh. Thanks to my son for some tea. Thanks, boy. Okay. Just going to use this. There we go. The image is fine. Okay, thanks. So I won't flip it on my side. It's quite annoying because I think you flip it here and then YouTube flips it again. So I just leave. That's why I use StreamYard, because they do all the thinking for you and I don't have to worry about all that stuff. But for me, it is flipped. So it's like confusing with like left is right and right is left. Okay, so self-mutilated. I don't recall seeing this on itch.io. If any of you know what this game is about, you can comment in the comments. Navigate over 100 challenging levels with precise control mechanics. Instant. It looks like, is it a platformer? It's like a platformer with a little story. Instant reboots minimize frustration, keeping gameplay fluid and engaging. Customize difficulty with assist settings like triple jumps. Cool. Unlock additional modes, as in speed. Okay, so you unlock things as you go along. Autosave functionality, perfect for quick gaming sessions. So I think the autosave thing is something that's been incorporated into the Modretro, to like bring it into the 21st century to actually have saves in the system. Cool, and that's a little bit about the story. All right, and then Tokitori, I do remember seeing this. Tokitori, you can now enjoy the classic puzzle gameplay of Tokitori upgraded for today's game. So this is an old game that they've now resurrected. So Rayman has been resurrected now for the Modretro. So you can go and get the Rayman game, the cartridge, and play it on the Modretro or on your Game Boy or whatever. Upgraded for today's gameplay, blah. Do you think you can recapture all of Tokitori's kidnapped, unhatched siblings? Cool. That is so cool. All right, just quickly. That's Tokitori. There's a fan. All right. So yeah, so like I said, it is a bit pricey, but I mean, they are resurrecting this whole experience, I know there is that Evercade. It's never really caught my eye or my imagination, but this being a Game Boy, it's just, I'm a huge fan of the DMG, so this is quite cool. And yeah, I mean, Got a little manual. How cool is it? It's like, you know what I mean? The tactile experience. So if you've got the money to spend on this kind of thing, this is very special and very nice as like a Christmas gift. If your kid is into retro games, it's got a manual like the olden days to tell you how to play the game. And then the games, unfortunately, fortunately, has Modretro written here instead of like Game Boy, so they've made it for the Modretro, and they've gone the extra mile. A little lanyard thingy. Wonder if it's got a lanyard. No, so this would probably go on your Modretro. My camera's not amazing here, but maybe we can get a good focus there. It's pixelated in case you can't see. So that's quite cool. All right, so that's Tokitori. We'll fire that up in a second. I don't know if the Chromatic is available in Europe. You might end up getting knocked with import duties like I was. Ooh, look at that. So these boxes are quite nice, hey? So if you want to save the boxes and then resell them later, you can. This is the kind of thing that in 20 years' time, people will be thrifting these at garage sales. Again, a lovely manual. So it's all within the Modretro Chromatic product line. So they've branded it and everything. Lovely book. So I'm busy. If you follow me on social media, I'm busy thrifting CDs, and the whole experience, like the tactile experience of a book and the whole thing, I think it's very good for our mental health. My PSP broke, and I want to start getting my son to thrift PSP games instead of just like unlimited access with the devices I get for free with the channel. Because just having the book and having to look up how to play the game and having a cartridge that you physically have to put in, I think is very good for us as human beings. So there's Self-Mute Simulated. I wonder if we got a little gift. Oh, so I wonder if all the games come with a little lanyard thingy. So like you put the lanyard that you are of the game that you're playing on your Modretro, I'm guessing. And look at that. Yeah, the booklets and stuff is amazing. Hey, look at that, all sparkly. This is really special, man. Like I said, it is pricey. I can't remember the prices now, so you'll just have to look them up while you're watching now. But very pretty and nice. They've done everything for you. So if you're not the sort of person that wants to make these things yourself, because like I said, you can go buy this on itch.io. You can get a cartridge. I've been researching this. So you can there's these like bootlegged cartridges on AliExpress, and then you can just burn the itch.io game onto those bootlegged cartridges. Let me quickly see if I can find one. I can't find the bootlegged cartridge, but I found this one. This is the I can't remember the company now, but they do like there's a circuitry in here for the save states and stuff that makes it more efficient and that. And then you can burn your games to these, and you can find them on AliExpress. I'll put the link in the description later when I'm done with the live stream. And these I found are very good, but they're a bit more expensive than those bootlegged ones. So I'll put the link to that as well in the description when I'm done with the live stream. Hello, Verior. Sorry, probably butchering your name. No, it's not an easy flash. This is, damn it, I'm so bad with like instant recall of stuff like that. So like I say, I'll put the link in later. Here we go. But yeah, so you can get games on itch.io and just burn them to a cartridge like this. But this is just, this is on a whole nother level. So, something to spoil yourself for Christmas or whatever. Yeah, I mean, I'm almost tempted now to say to my wife, hey, there's a game that I want. Rather get me that for Christmas than whatever we were planning. All right, let's get to the main event. Thanks, Verior. Okay. Yeah, so to just catch you up, we have looked at the cartridges so far, all Modretro branded cartridges. Most of the games are indie games. I think this is an indie game from itch.io, and this is an old game from the olden days that they've resurrected. There's Rayman that they've just launched, which is really cool. Sip of the tea. So they really have gone a long way to make this an incredible experience. So here is the Modretro Chromatic now. Again, packaging is lovely. I went for the yellow. I'm not sure that was the right choice. I don't know. I mean, yellow is cool, but this, I mean, the white and the black, I don't know. I'm not sure if I made the right choice there. All right. So, yeah, Ultimate Cartridge Base. I don't think they make any reference to the Game Boy DMG on here. Sorry. So it's the Modretro Chromatic. It's bundled with Tetris. And that's the main reason I wanted this. I want a Tetris cartridge. Now it's going to be a Modretro Tetris cartridge. But yeah, I wanted that. I think what happens is you can put rechargeable batteries in here, and then it's chargeable via USB-C port. So best of both worlds. Like I watched an interview. Casey Neistat interviewed the guy who made this, who sort of the pioneer of this, and he's like, these batteries. The problem with a lot of tech of the past is planned obsolescence. Not so much the DMG, but Sony and people like that have always planned obsolescence into their products. He's like, AA batteries are never going to go like out. We're always going to have AA batteries. And then he's just incorporated a charging system within that. What do they say here? Enjoy a library of newly created games for Chromatic, along with remastered versions and re-releases of classic favorites. Re-release of classic favorites. Like I say, I stand to be corrected, but I think that's an indie game. How many colors are there? Let's quickly go check. There aren't a lot. No. There we go. The Chromatic. They are about to, I don't know if you guys know this, but they're about to launch an N64, which is going to be freaking amazing. Let me see if I can do a screen share. There we go. Share. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So the white, the black, this light blue, the green. You see, all the colors are so good. This, you can understand why I would be confused. Yellow is nice. I can see why I chose the yellow. Pink is also really good. See, the white has got the purple accents, and I wasn't sure I liked the purple accents. Black is very nice, but it's kind of boring, That's why I just thought, let's go with yellow. And then it's an all-metal design. It still has your little link port thingy there. Comes with the Tetris cartridge. There's your charging port there. 3.5 millimeter headphone jack there. Oh, I wonder if it comes with the batteries. I'm not sure if they can ship to South Africa with batteries. And then the other thing is you can go with Gorilla Glass or Sapphire Glass. You'll see there $199, $299. So that's interesting, because in my mind, I kept thinking that this thing is $299. But $199, that is a lot of money. But this is a very, very special item. So I think that's cool. And then games, let's quickly, because I wanted you to see the prices. They're self-simulated. Let's have a look. There you go. And this is 39 USD. It's a lot. I mean, that is a lot for, look, that's like an indie retro game. So it's a lot of money. But I think it's just special. So I think for people who are enthusiastic about this sort of thing, Yeah, most of the games are $40. The Rayman is a little bit more. Sabrina, that's a cool platformer. Hermano, I've got that. I think that's a itch.io game. Yeah, pretty cool, eh? FCP, First Contact Protocol. They've got quite a few. And you see these, you can get hard copies with the book and all of the things, you know. That's pretty cool. See. There we go. Okay. What do you guys have to say? Yellow is dope. Okay, cool. So I made the right choice. Let's see. I don't know if mine is Sapphire or Gorilla. I don't think it says so on the front. They never told me. It just depends. It doesn't say anything about Sapphire Gorilla here. So we'll have to see. There must be a way of telling that. I'll check that out. For the first time ever, experience your classic games with pixel perfect accuracy and Chromatic's custom sunlight readable display. Built to last with a lightweight, durable magnesium alloy shell. Stream live or record your gameplay directly from your Chromatic via USB-C. I did see people have an issue with this with the original one, so it'll be nice to see if this works well. Play multiplayer games with friends using the link cable. So I'd have to spend another $200 to do that with my son or somebody. Powered by AA batteries or Modretro's rechargeable power core, designed to prevent planned obsolescence. Yeah. Yeah. So what Verior is saying is $100 is a huge difference for Sapphire Crystal. But then what they also said is, but everything changes in the resistance side. You can use the console for years without problem. So, justifying that cost. Oh, interesting. Cool. Okay. Let's unbox it. It looks like, yeah, I wonder, I'm going to check the serial number over here. This will probably tell me there's a serial number here. That will probably tell me if this is Sapphire. So what else is happening in everyone's lives? How's life? Where are all of you from? Is everyone from the US, or because I'm kind of doing this live stream while most of the US is sleeping, I'm guessing you guys are from Europe and that sort of thing. Let's see here. All righty. Such a nice box. There you can see the color coming through. And then it's one of those push-through boxes, I think. Like a tray sliding out, I think. Just checking. Oh, no. Aha. Okay, check this out. Little magnetic flap. Oh, it's like really, really special, man. Oh, man. Update your firmware now. Learn about your Chromatic. Math quiz Friday. I'd rather be playing Chromatic. That is so cool, man. Greetings from Germany. Witzen Frosch. So what do you say here? It would be interesting if other manufacturers would also introduce sapphire glass. Usually, for many Game Boy inspired retro consoles, there's a displays do not require glass that big. Yeah. Greetings from Europe. Italy. How's it? Then Mwetzenfrosch from Germany. I guess we all could have guessed that with that username. I should be getting an AYN Thor. I think so. I bought the other one, the other one by the other people. One of those guys. Okay, check this out. So update your Chromatic. It's okay. The battery door feels like plastic. No, it's metal. So it's a that's what's it there? The magnesium alloy. So it's very light. So it's metal, but it's light. Okay, no batteries, so I'll have to quickly go get some batteries. I think that so they've got a power brick that you can buy, and I think it makes contact there. But I'll go get some pen light batteries. So there's the speaker hole, USB-C. So this is a little clip, and it opens up, and the USB-C there. What else? Cartridge. So it's got the power here. Guessing this is the infrared thingy. Normal volume rocker, like just a normal scroll wheel. Nothing fancy there. Yes, I bought the Ioneer Pocket DS. It's very difficult for me to do this and then think. I'm not. What would this button be? Button for pressing. Maybe it's a reset button. D-pad. Quite firm D-pad. So build quality. So it's kind of a weird experience because because I think it's struggling to focus here. I need to go a bit lower down. Build quality is weird because it feels light and cheap. It feels cheap, but it's because it's this fancy alloy. So this is a very like fancy magnesium alloy, and so it's really light. It's not heavy at all. So I wonder if they gave me Toktori because it's going to look cool in yellow. Check that. Okay, let's quickly get a set of batteries, 3 batteries, eh? Hopefully these batteries are okay. I've been struggling to charge my batteries lately. Looks like all the batteries go in the same direction. It's like that sort of, how Apple always do the battery design. There. Hopefully it's got enough power. All right. So now I'm going to quickly get my scale because now suddenly it's a lot heavier. Scale here. 275 grams. I happen to be using the RG477M, which is like flipping heavy, 350, 360. So 275. I'm going to get the Retro Pocket 5 because that's one that everyone knows and loves. I've got the AYN Odin 2 Mini here as well. 340 grams. I don't classify this as super. It's heavy, but it's not super heavy. 280. So that's the Retro Pocket 5. 275. So no, not heavy. Not a heavy handheld at all. Yeah, I mean, so back to build quality. We've got. Oops. Yeah, I like the option to use batteries as well. Sorry, I keep getting distracted. The buttons, the D-pad is quite firm, so you've got quite a hard press on the D-pad ends. The A and B, very clackety. I don't know if the noise cancelling canceled that out, but very clackety, but a nice press. It's got a good press to it, and it's not too hard. It's just a firm, responsive press. Feels very nice. Let me just quickly, because I'm thinking it feels a lot. Okay, this is a slightly softer press on this 8BitDo Pro 3. Let's go back to our Okay, these are a lot softer, and I often complain about the clackiness of Retroid buttons. So yeah, we are sitting with very, very clackety buttons. I think it has to do with a metal body. Yeah, that's pretty noisy. Another thing, this is like a gripe of mine with people who are trying to model after DMG devices, is these aren't rubber. And your true DMG had these little rubber start and select, and that just immediately gives you that nostalgic feeling. And this is just hard plastic. So there's a little battle lost there. I'm quickly going to, just so that I've got the link on my phone, get the there. And then that takes you, I'm guessing, to the play. Yeah, downloads, firmware updates, Mac, Linux. Okay, so I'll go download that just now. And just now in South African is much, much later. Yeah, I heard a guy from India going just now, and he meant like right at that moment. I don't see anywhere that tells me Sapphire or Gorilla Glass. Nowhere. It might be in the manual, like in the material. Oops. All right, let's power it up. So you got a Modretro sign. Freaking loud. Yay, Sad, welcome. Is it everything I hoped to be? What corner? How's that corner? You mean this corner? I don't know, it's a corner. They don't have, so there's a few little moments here in this device that I feel is not, like, you want to get that nostalgia, and they've nailed it in terms of the shape, the whole like look and vibe of it. What I think what the designer said is, let's make it like a DMG, but our whole own thing. And I think in that regard, they have absolutely nailed this thing. But there are a few little moments on this thing that make me say it's not nostalgic. Like these are hard plastic start and select, and I think that is a little bit of a fail. And I think it's a hard and fast rule. If you're going to make a DMG style device, put the little chamfered edge over here on the corner and put the speaker there. Downward facing speaker is just a huge no-no. I think for something at this price point, that was a massive, massive fail, I think. I don't like how one corner looks so sharp. Is it okay with the palm one? Oh, you mean this corner? The corners are very rounded. So my camera doesn't seem to focus very close, but it's very well rounded here. So you've got very soft corners. So even though, I mean, if you're the sort of person who plays like this and pushes it into your palms, that corner is going to be a bit of a pain. But I mean, I tend to play like this, so it's never going to bother me. So very soft corners, but yeah, if you are the sort of person that presses the hands into the sides, that is definitely going to bug you. No. The look of the so Verior, are you talking about the plastic overall? Because this is metal, but if you're saying like this plastic, I mean, yeah, this I've seen better. Like, if we think of 8-bit D-pad, like very plasticky, but it's got a vibe, and then we look at, for instance, the AYN. This D-pad is just beautiful. It's a translucent, and it's got such a nice dome switch feel to it. And then this is a good example. It's very difficult to compete with Ambinic. They, in my opinion, have kind of mastered the D-pad. This is just, beautiful D-pad. And in comparison, this feels like a D-pad by a company that doesn't usually make games. I know that's a terrible thing to say. But But give me time to get used to it. That's why I thought I'd do this live stream and see what everyone's thinking. Let's just play a little bit and see. Sad. Like, dude, I don't know. My goal, I mean, I'm missioning and I'm just not getting the subs. Like, once I reach about 100,000 subscribers, I will be able to afford to go to CES. But right now, it's a colossal expense for me. Like, um, uh, Las Vegas is expensive to start. Then it's flights to the US, and then plus you got to consider that my currency is crap over there. So yeah, it will be a big mission. It is something I want to do. I want to go to CES because it's just nice to connect with all the other YouTubers and feel like I'm part of the community. As you know, it really bugs me that I'm not like fully integrated. I really like being. That's why I do the podcast. I like being part of that community. Anyway, I'm not paying attention to the game at all. Come on. Ugh, it's not starting. You love the A and Bs though. Yeah, I mean, I like the fact that they haven't done 4 buttons because I mean, why would you? Um, and that so I think a video, the video here's. Can you? Let's do this. I would like some input. Can you guys give me input on the first video to do? Because my thought is to compare a device like this to the RG477M. Um, this, okay, if we say the sapphire glass, then they're about the same price. This is more expensive, but if you consider, what you get in an emulator, what you are losing to get the nostalgic like cartridge experience, but a premium handout. So while a lot of the diehards will say, don't talk absolute nonsense, you can't compare an emulator with this. I feel like in our community, that's exactly what everyone's going to do. They're going to look at this and go, yeah, but I can get a massive, beautiful screen with CRT shaders, with the whole full retro experience here. I can still get your fancy games on itch.io and play them here. So there's a lot to be said with that. What do you think of that as the first video? Hello, Ice Cream Buds. Nice to see you here. Not, I haven't seen your username before, making it sound like I know you, but welcome. Okay, Sad, you sleep, considering you are in a time zone in the US that's, dude, you need to sleep. Go to sleep. All right. Mutzenfrosch, try pressing up and down, left and right, BA. Up, down, left, right, BA. What does that do? Oh, do you mean in the game? Are you paying attention to the game? Because I am not at all. Let's go. Up. Oops. Up. Down, down, left, right, BA. Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA. Up, down, down, left. Oh, okay. Right, left, right, BA. No. Up, down, left, right, BA. Nope. I don't know. Okay. Sometimes it triggers an Easter egg. I've never played this game, so I'm quite excited to give it a go. Oh, this is okay. The screen is fantastic, man. This is a lovely, lovely screen. I think what they did was like, okay, what's going to work in modern era for old games? And then they found a screen. I think that's the goal here. For games like this D-pad is nice. You're not losing out a lot here. Sorry if things aren't perfectly in focus. I'm really struggling with this webcam of mine. It's usually quite good. Okay, Tom Power says, I like the idea and I'd like to hear about the physical games aspect of it. What indie games we might be missing out on for Chromatic Analog Pockets. Yeah, well, the thing, Tom, is that you can pretty much create your own games. I showed this cartridge, so okay, let me quickly switch this off. You don't have to use Modretro cartridges. I can't remember what I put on here. This is a cartridge. I'll put the link in the description when I'm done with the video that I bought on AliExpress that you can burn cartridges to. I'll quickly show you my burner. There's a program that you put on your computer. I think it's GBX Flash or something. And you just pop the cartridge in here. You open the app and you burn the ROM to the cartridge. That's what I did here with this cartridge. Let's just see if it works. Sorry, I don't really know how to do brightness yet. That's weird. This button that I said, don't know. Oh, this is the menu. Brightness. Brightness. How's that? Oh, that's much better. Okay. Wow, that's nice. Look at that. All the things that you can do. Controls. Wow, that's so nice. Oh, that'll be nice to cover in the review. Okay, my cartridge isn't working. Let me just get another cartridge. Oh, here we go. So here is a cartridge. This is the perfect dark cartridge that so this is a bootleg cartridge from AliExpress. It's cartridges that people make that are just have ROMs burnt in them with a sticker on. So now you can buy these and you can burn your own ROMs onto these. So let's just see what I burnt onto this and if it works. So yeah, I definitely have a game on here and it didn't load. What is this? Let's see. Oh, I put the Game Boy Color on here. Look how nice that looks on here. Oh, it's a big good test of the D-pad because I'm a big Tetris fan. The D-pad's very, almost a little bit too responsive. So you got to like, check there. Yeah, the D-pad's very sensitive. But look, I can't state this enough. The screen is bloody fantastic. Just making it less bright. Ugh. Yeah. Very nice screen. It's like, this is better than the LCD mod I did on my Game Boys. So the other video, I just remember now, the other video that I've been planning to do is I modded a DMG and I want to do a video saying what's better, buying this or modding a DMG. And I can tell you now, it's not as cut and dried as you think. It's nice to have the original DMG, but man, it's difficult to say. It's difficult to say it's a clean-cut win for the modded DMG because there are a lot of pitfalls to modding a DMG. And so you've got to buy a second-hand DMG. You have to buy the parts to fix it. Then you run the risk of making a mistake. And on the modded DMG, the screen doesn't always fit perfectly straight. So to buy something like this for $200 seems like a lot, but when you look at the price and the risks of modding a DMG, if you really want that old school thing, then maybe it will be nice for you. But I think for everyone else that the screen is better. Oh, yeah, it's nice. Bloody hell. Just not sure why this one isn't working. I'll have to do some more testing. Oh, a rabbit hole has been engaged, man. Wow. Okay, let's put on self-simulated. The Chromatic plays Game Boy and Game Boy Color, but it does not play Game Boy Advance. You are correct. Oh, imagine if they could do a Game Boy Advance, man. Oh, that would be nice. That's my favorite system. I'm a DMG fanatic. I don't know. I say everything's my favorite system. I don't know. Game Boy's just got such a wonderful. Game Boy Advance has just got such a wonderful catalog. But I think in terms of nostalgia, the Game Boy is for me. Oh, long intro. What is going on here? Feels like something's wrong, or am I just not familiar with this game? Oh no, it's working. It's just like, oh, ooh. Does anybody know about this game? Is this like a Metroidvania vibe? The size is nice as well. Let me get the DMG. Check out. It's not as big. So if you want that massive chunky DMG experience, this is not it. Let's do this. It's a little bit thinner. And this metal is very nice. Never heard of this game. Yeah, me neither. I think it's an itch.io game, like an indie game. This feels very Metroidy. Oh, I can't jump or anything yet. I wonder if you've got to like earn that right. You have to get through. Okay, do not touch the glitch. Okay, I won't touch the glitch. I'll try not to. Wow. Okay. Nice game. Nice Leatherman multi-tool. But dude, I have had this for years. My father-in-law gave it to me. He's since passed away. And it's just a lovely tool. Like this generation of Leatherman just lasts forever. Like literally, this thing is maybe over 15 years old. Cool. Okay. What else can I tell you? Any questions? So this thing can live stream, apparently not. I don't really know. Oh, so I wonder if because this character doesn't seem to have a jump function, so you've got to use the mechanics of the game to move around. You see, so that's a little black bouncy tool. So now you got to figure out, how do I get? Oh, this is a nice game. I like sort of puzzly games like this. So it's not a Metroid game. It's actually, at its heart, it's a puzzle platformer. My son will take this. I'd have to do a bit of research on pixel accuracy because, wait, you can't just go through the glitch. You have to activate the anti-glitch mode. Press start to activate it in the menu. Oh, look at this. You've got all sorts of things that you can do. Anti-glitch. I don't know how to do that. I don't know about the pixel accuracy. Don't know how to check that now. And I mean, I don't know. I'll have to research it a little bit. and then also do a little bit like side-by-side comparison with the Game Boy and see what it does. Like, for instance, put the same game on each device and then see how it looks, like something that I'm familiar with, like Darkwing Duck. I actually think Darkwing Duck is on here. So let's see if it charges. So I'm just going to plug this into a normal iPhone charger, the 1.5 amp, the basic charger. So these are rechargeable batteries. So I've plugged it into my desktop here. Let's just switch it off just to be safe, and then plug it in here. And apparently it's charging. So that's really handy. I mean, so basically you just put some rechargeable batteries in and you're off you go, So far it has been heating up as I've been using it, but like, it doesn't seem like you're ever going to get it super, super hot. That will be something that I have to test over time, but so far so good. Then we can get our little... Wait, did we get the Tetris cartridge in here? Aha, there's something I can do. Okay, let's charge that to the side. Let's put the lanyard over there. Forgot about this. All right. Oh, there we go. Batteries. They provided their Modretro batteries. Let's just see what these are. Alkaline batteries. Are these rechargeable? It doesn't look like it. It's just... How did they manage to ship these? South Africa doesn't allow this. Play. These are just alkaline batteries. I don't think they're rechargeable. I'll double check that. And there we go. The reason I wanted this in the first place. So nice. Such a lovely box. Let's quickly check this out. Wow, so I got 3 cool games with this. Anyway, it does seem to be charging. Pop in the Tetris. Just have a quick look at that. Very nice. Waiting for Russia, I don't have a link cable. Because if it is a proper link cable, I should be able to link it to my DMG, So I'll have to get one. I'll have to get one and see. The boot up is immediate. It's very, very quick. I don't know if the music's going to play for you. So this, which Tetris is this? Because this isn't Game Boy Color and it's not DMG. And what's nice, I can get a user icon. This has got saves. So this is a color Tetris that seems to be remastered or something. This isn't the Game Boy Color version. Let's quickly look on their website. There we go. If we go here, They do have a Tetris. I wonder where it is. Re-released classic. Let's see. They say Modretro original, but obviously Tetris isn't an original. It's a bit cheeky to say Modretro original when these are all indie game developers. Let's see if they say anything about the Tetris. Oh, here's some info about the input latency. Oh, check. They were trying to show analog pockets is delayed compared to the chromatic. Interesting. They don't say anything here about the Tetris chromatic Tetris cartridge. Perfect display. They say equipped with the world's only 160 by 144 pixel sunlight readable backlit display. Chromatic delivers pixel perfect clarity exactly as classic game developers intended. It's sharp, authentic, and works in all conditions, indoors or out. That I tend to believe that because of how impressive it was. I play DMG games a lot, emulation on the actual DMG. I do a lot of that sort of gaming. So the fact that it impressed my eyes so much, I tend to believe that authentic gameplay, compatible with Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Modretro cartridges, enjoy responsive D-pad controls, almost too responsive D-pad controls, tactile buttons, and perfect input latency. So they claim, so here we go. This is where, this is where I need to sit and think about my video and not just jump into like, half-ass it, because input latency is a big deal to a lot of people. My tea's going funny. And if you are sensitive to input latency, then something like this is going to be a big deal for you, because, when I first started with this, people were like, oh, input latency, and they were all upset about it and being nasty in the comments. And there is merit to that, because your brain gets used to the input latency on these emulators, but it is there. I was chatting to Retro Game Core, and he's actually busy developing with people a thing that's going to test the game. So it's like it seems like an attachment that's going to go onto the device and then scan the screen while you're busy. So it's going to see your movement here and then track that compared to what happens on the screen to test the input latency, because it is a thing. And I think someone who is playing original hardware games and then gets an emulator can be quite disappointed by input latency. Yeah, I think so, because I do not recognize this Tetris. It does seem to be a remake, hopefully properly licensed. Yeah, I mean, they're quite a public company. He's quite a public person. So I doubt it's, I mean, and they're shipping it with their devices. So I doubt that they're going to be cheeky and, not make a licensed game. It is very nice. Man. So this thing has got a lot going for it. So me, as a DMG fanatic and then also a Tetris fanatic, like, for me, this cost is worth it. $200. I would say to my wife, please buy this for me for Christmas, because it is just super special. Not sure if I would have gone for the yellow if I was paying for it. I don't know. The yellow is quite nice, but the fact that it has this incredible Tetris game, the fact that it is this metal Game Boy that I can play all these indie games on, and every now and again I can purchase a real cartridge, that is something very special with zero input latency. Man, that is quite a thing. Let's check here. Yeah, I mean, they talk about something called copium. So once you've bought and you spend a lot of money on something, you cope with the shortcomings of that thing. And I think this D-pad is not the best D-pad I've ever experienced, but I think for a DMG ripoff, it is fine. Jury's out. I'll keep playing games. The amount I have to suffer for this channel is unbelievable. Nice. Wow. And also, you're getting save states. There's quite a few games that I was like, for instance, Game Boy Darkwing Duck. I thought, oh, it's because I'm busy like hacking cartridges to play Darkwing Duck. I didn't realize that the original Darkwing Duck did not have any save states on the cartridge. So you had to play it in one sitting. And Darkwing Duck is a easy-ish game, but it's also some people have. I think Sad, who was on the live stream now, he was like, "Dude, that was a hard game." So it's nice to be able to put a game like that on here and have save states. I think. Still need to check that. You got an EverDrive, Aiden? No, I do not have an EverDrive. Hello, the Paranoid, the Paranoid PI. That is an interesting name. I do not have an EverDrive. I have. So I'm big on like single ROM cartridges. So this is I bought these for testing. So I wanted to see what can you do with one of these bootleg things on AliExpress. So I put a game on here, and then I have this, which is also a single ROM cartridge, but it's a very good one. And I've just been telling people I can't remember the name, but it's quite a nice brand on AliExpress. So I'll put the link in the description when I'm done doing the live stream. Man, I've been going for an hour, and I've quite enjoyed it. I hope you guys are enjoying just kind of hanging out with me. Yeah. So it looks like Modretro provided just alkaline batteries, just for shits and giggles, I guess, because it would have made sense to give rechargeables. I'm not sure why they just gave plain alkaline batteries. Let's see. I don't see the word rechargeable anywhere. Hey, get yourself an EverDrive X5. It works brilliantly for the chromatic. Yeah, with things like this, I'm a bit weird. Like, I know I'm an emulator guy and I love my emulators, but as soon as I use something like this, I want minimalism. I want a single game on a cartridge. Because doesn't the EverDrive hold like lots of games? Let's see here. May explode or leak if recharged, inserted improperly or disposed of in fire. Do not open battery. Doesn't say rechargeable, and then says may explode if recharged. Let's check their website again. Let's see here. Well, dual power. Use AA batteries or swap in the. So they've got a power core. Stream your gameplay. It's something I know some people had an issue with. They just say Modretro batteries. I don't think these are rechargeable. Yeah, so this is interesting. Thanks so much for joining us. Moitz and Frosh, has been nice just chatting and hanging out. Looking forward to the next one. Yeah, I need to do this more often. It's nice to document these unboxings of special items like this. I think I'm going to do a comparison with the 477M and then a comparison of modding a DMG with this. Those are the videos that I think I'm going to be doing. If anyone else has any ideas, but yeah. I think I'm done. I don't think there's much more to share here. I'll quickly just grab a few of my cartridges to test. Okay, what have I got here? So Shrek, one of the worst Game Boy Color games ever. See if it works. It's the startup is very, very quick. It's quite cool. See here. So one of the big things with this is that the screen makes everything look better than you've ever seen it. Man. I don't know if you've seen this game. It's terrible. It's a fighting game with Shrek. This really was just one of those like licensed games, like a money grab. Absolute rubbish. Ah, looks great though. And then we've got Quicks. So talking about the EverDrive, it can hold 1,000 ROMs in each folder. The EverDrive GB X5, the X7 has the RTC. I love it for pick up and play. Try a newer ROM on a modern retro-like device. Thank you. Enjoy your evening, bud. Yeah, I might try it. Interesting. This Quicks cartridge is not working. See here. There we go. There we go. Oh, and it does the color version because it is a color screen. Uh-huh. Yeah, I said this D-pad is a little bit over responsive and it still feels like that. It's like too sensitive. It feels weird. It is something I think I'll get used to though, because it is a nice feeling D-pad. The plastic's quite nice. Such a cool game. And if you've ever played Quicks, but it's very cool. That's nice. That's a very nice combo. These are multi-carts. Let's put Mario on because that's what the good Lord intended for us to do. Let's see here. Ugh, don't like that colorization. I wonder if I can just say no colorization. Prime blend on streaming. Oh, so you can set the D-pad to ignore diagonals. Probably realizing that this thing does have ghost diagonals. Display. What's prime? Oops. Yeah, there's the ghost diagonals happening. Oh, so you can also do smooth transitioning as opposed to classic. Ah. I'll have to see if I can get, because I don't like this colorization. Anyway, here's my save states. Well, they're not kidding about the zero latency. This, interesting. This is so good. Ah. Should do a bit of a, if the live streaming thing works, should do a bit of Game Boy live streaming. Hey, Ruslan, why are you crying? Are you sad? Ah, cool, guys. I think that's it. That is the Game Boy, the Modretro Chromatic, in a nutshell. To summarize, it comes with this lovely box. It comes with there. It would looks like a remade Tetris, and then it came with some batteries, some Modretro batteries. And each game that they sent me, so they sent me some games for free, but each game came with a little lanyard. So you can stick that little lanyard thingy on here for just some funsies. And what else? That's it. So it comes with a Tetris, it comes with the Modretro, it comes with some batteries, and it comes with a Tetris game, and it comes with this beautiful box. I don't know if I've got Sapphire or the other one, the Gorilla Glass. It does not say anything on the box, so I will find out. But yeah, made with magnesium. Very nice build quality. Buttons are a little bit clacky. D-pad is a little bit sensitive. I don't like the fact that the start and select aren't rubberized, and the fact that the speaker isn't here. I feel like that's a little bit of a like nostalgia fail. It could have made it more nostalgic. And apart from that, I think this is an absolute winner. Really beautiful retro thingamy-bob. And last question, my personal data, no, it's not my full-time job. I have my own business, so I have the freedom to like flexi my hours. So I just put this time aside to live stream this because it's just a very special thing, and I've been looking forward to it. So yeah, cool. Thanks everyone. Thanks so much for joining. I really enjoy this, and I don't know why I don't do it more often. So we will see you in the next one. Bye.